Konami's newest OCG set, Limited Over Collection, The Rivals, is starting to become the same as the Hero set, one of the most hyped sets in Yu-Gi-Oh's history in 2026, and it's only going to get even more crazier because Konami has just announced a brand new version of Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon that makes Galaxy Eyes meta. And I know that because in this deck box, I actually do have a Galaxy Eyes deck ready to go. I am just missing quite a few cards. I am trying to basically get the deck up and running, but I don't really know. I'm still trying to figure out the side deck. Still trying to figure out what to take out for this guy right here in the extra deck. So there's still a lot that I have to work on with this deck, but Galaxy Eyes could very may well be arguably one of the most broken decks in Yu-Gi-Oh's history in 2026. Which could say a lot. But Galaxy Eyes, is it really going to be that good? Let's find out. Let us find out as I need to move this back. Sorry guys, I apologize. There we go. Sorry guys, I had to readjust my tripod and push it back a little bit. But anyway, let's get down to business and talk about this brand new Galaxy Eyes Dragon. And it is known as, well, Galaxy Eyes Photon Change Dragon. And this will indeed be one of the overframe cards that could very may well be, one of the Grandmaster rares in the set. So I don't really know exactly when these cards are going to be printed in the TCG. What I do know is that we are going to be expecting these to get printed at some point later this year. Not sure when, but it will happen. Photon Change Dragon is an 8-star light dragon with with 3,000 attack, 2,500 defense, and it says that both of its effects are once per turn. The first effect reads, you can special summon this card from your hand by attributing 2 face-up monsters on either field with 2,000 or more attack. So essentially, this is your kaiju for fucking Galaxy Eyes. This is your kaiju, and you're instantly going to be running at least 2 copies of this. So if you're playing Galaxy Eyes, if you're playing Galaxy Eyes and you're looking to have a ratio of 8-star monsters for the deck, 100% it's going to be 2 copies of this instead of 3. You're going to be running 2 copies of this Nebula Dragon. Most likely, I don't know if this is going to be the case, but most likely you're going to be running 1 copy of this guy, Afterglow Dragon, and you're most likely going to be running 2 copies of Tachyon Primal, which these I picked up from I picked up from a friend and also from King Fandom. Shoutouts to both. I think Mark was his name. Mark was the guy that I picked this one up from. This is the secret rare, and then King Fandom was where I picked this one up, which is a collector rare. And you're most likely going to be running 2 copies of this guy, Schwarzschild Infinity Dragon. So again, most likely that's what's most likely going to end up being the case. as far as everything else, I would assume you're probably going to be running running two Tachyon Cloud Dragon, maybe 3 Summoner as a way to get back Photon Dragon, maybe Tachyon Primal perhaps, 2 Cleric, 2 Orbital, 2 Vanisher, 1 Wizard. That's probably going to end up being the case. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm assuming that's probably going to end up. That's what's going to potentially going to be the case. But with that being said, this is a kaiju, so you can literally target 2 of your opponent's monsters that have 2,000 or more attack. Tribute them off, and you get to summon this guy right out the bat, which is insane. It's literally a kaiju, which is fucking broken. Second effect reads, during the main phase, as a quick effect, you can banish this card, special summon 1 Galaxy-Eyes Photon Dragon from your deck or grave, then you can banish 1 opponent's monster, special summon from the extra deck until the end phase. Okay, so again, it's a kaiju, and you basically get to break your opponent's entire board with 2 different effects. And not only that, this also acts as a Monster Reborn for Galaxy-Eyes Photon Dragon, so you don't really need cards like cards like Monster Reborn or any other Photon like card that can revive monsters from the grave. You really don't need them because of the fact that you have this, and that this card is easily gonna be a 2 of. 100%, it's gonna be a 2 of. So you're most likely gonna be running at least two of this, 2 Photon Dragon, 2 Nebula Dragon, one Afterglow, because Afterglow can basically be treated as a Cyber Dragon to go into more rank 8 bodies. You're gonna have, I think we're gonna be in a format where Galaxy Eyes could be making its way into the meta, and that could be very interesting. That could be very, very interesting. But as far as what the format could look like with Galaxy Eyes in it, I think Galaxy Eyes could potentially do it. I think it's possible, but we're probably going to be getting these cards on Master Duel before we get them in the TCG, which could potentially give players an idea of what we can expect with this new card in the format. It'll be interesting, but we'll just have to wait and see. But with that being said, that'll do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more card discussions in the future, then be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.